And I'm kind of craving something sweet. So I've never made crumb cake before, or coffee cake before, or a crumbed coffee cake before. So this is going to be my first time trying this out, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'm going to film some of it so you guys can see how this coffee cake goes. And this is something I want to make for something for the future, but I decided, hey, I might as well try it first and see how easy it is to make this thing. It's already in the box. I don't have to follow a recipe, but if it seems pretty easy, I might try to learn to make this recipe on my own. So stay tuned and stick around to see me make this coffee cake mix. Alright, so I floured my pan with some King Arthur bread flour. I have all-purpose flour too, but I haven't opened the bag yet, so I'm just using this to flour my pan, along with some Trader Joe's organic virgin coconut oil. I do have butter, but I'm using lots of butter in this recipe. Trader Joe's definitely has you using real ingredients. The butter and the eggs, it's quite a bit of butter there. I think it's 6 tablespoons of butter. It says or vegetable oil, but butter tastes better. And another 3.5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. My butter is salted, so I'll have to just see how that goes. But I figure I'm going to try it with the butter first before I try it with vegetable oil, which I have 2 more boxes of this that I could try with vegetable oil, but I'm more of a butter person, so let's see what happens. But anyway, King Arthur flour and the Trader Joe's organic virgin coconut oil to grease my pan. The pan is ready. Next step. Okay, so the recipe says to dump this whole bag of mix into the bowl. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees from 325 because our stove here gets very hot. It just burns everything, so I turn mine down at 325. And so it says empty the entire cake batter contents into the bowl. Add 2/3 cups of milk or water. Let me go get that. Alright, so I don't have milk, but I do have water, so it's about 2/3 cup. I'm going to add in here. And in this same cup, I'm going to melt my butter. And it calls for 6 tablespoons of butter. I have Kerrygold butter. I also have my trusty Walmart butter, but I want to try it with this, see what it tastes like. Love some Kerrygold. Alright, y'all. I went ahead and melted that Kerrygold butter in a container. I know it's plastic. I know it's probably not good to do that, but I do not want to dirty any more pans on the stove melting my butter. So it calls for the 6 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 egg, and it says to combine it all together in a bowl, mixing it for about 15 seconds until everything is combined. I've got me 1 cage-free brown egg. Eggs are very expensive at this point in time, so I'm glad it's only calling for 1 egg. I prefer brown eggs, but really, I'm not an egg snob. If I can find the eggs cheaper, depending on my budget, I will use white eggs, but I do believe getting the brown eggs that are cage-free and organic is probably the best because of what they're fed. They're free range and they have time to kind of get around in the grassy areas and eat and pillage for bugs and stuff like that, so they have a better diet. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll get mixing. And now we're stirring up this cake batter mix. Seconds. Don't mind the background noise. My husband is cutting up his serrano chilies for our dinner tonight. It's gotta have the extra spice. Now I'm opening the packet of the crumb, and this is going to be the topping. It goes, well, this recipe says that you can put a little bit more water. All right, clearly my pan is too big for this probably cake mix. I probably should have had like a 9 by 9, which it does say that, or an 8 by 8. I don't know. I figured